everyone, welcome back to the end episode. The Confession. It was a warm Tuesday afternoon. Jungkook had just finished his income class and was walking towards the Jungkook. He turned around. A second year student he recognized from the library chalked up to him. Yes, I really like you. Jungkook blinked. Hmm? The boy scratched his head. Sorry? I know it's sudden, but I have been seeing you around campus and you are kind of smart and just. Jungkook stood frozen. It wasn't the first time someone had expressed interest, but this time something different happened. His hand instinctively curled around the ring on his finger. I am married, Jungkook said softly, holding up his hand. The boy stared. What? Jungkook nodded. I am married. I am sorry. The boy mumbled something and walked away. Jungkook stood there staring at his own fingers. His heart was beating fast, but not because of the confession. Because of the first time he realized something. He didn't hesitate. He didn't need to think. He didn't feel sad about rejecting someone. Instant his heart had whispered just one name, Taehyung. That night, Jungkook lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling. He thought of the countless times Taehyung had tried the way his voice turned soft whenever he called Jungkook kid in that teasing tone. The way Taehyung would sometimes fall asleep on the office couch with a file still in hand, looking for so human and tired. And Jungkook, the way Taehyung always protect him, respect him, never crossed boundaries even though they shared a legal bond, and it hit him. I am in love with him. That word left his lips like a secret set free. It wasn't sudden. It had been building for years. But now it stood clear and terrifying. The next weekend, Jungkook visited home again. Taehyung wasn't in office. Instead, he was out in the backyard helping a garden adjust. Jungkook watched from the balcony for a long time. There was something deeply comforting about the way Taehyung moved, calm, confident, kind. He spoke gently with the workers, his sleeves rolled up, his hair tousled. He smiled. Jungkook didn't even realize he was smiling too. That night at dinner, Jungkook partly watched Taehyung across the table. He wanted to say something, anything, but fear sat heavy on his tongue. What if he doesn't feel the same? What if he only see me as a responsibility? Taehyung looked up and catch Jungkook's gaze. You okay, Cook? Jungkook nodded quietly. Yeah. Taehyung gave a small smile. Don't overthink your project. You have been doing better than you think. Jungkook's eyes widened. Taehyung always knew, even before he said anything. Why do you always know what I'm thinking? Taehyung clenched, sipping his wine. Because I watch you. Always have. Later that night, Jungkook stood in front of Taehyung's study holding two mugs of hot chocolate. He hesitated, then knocked. Come in. Taehyung looked up from a stack of files, his face something the moment he saw hot chocolate. He asked surprised, extra coca. Jungkook grinned. You have been working too long. Taehyung leaned back, accepting the mug. They sat in comforting silence for a while. Then Jungkook spoke. Taehyung, Taehyung glanced over. Hmm? Did you ever think about us, about this marriage? Taehyung paused. What do you mean? Jungkook faced with his ring. I mean, it was supposed to be just for real protection. But has it ever felt like more? Taehyung stared at him quietly. His voice was soft. It's always felt more to me, Jungkook. But I didn't want to pressure you. You were so young, I didn't wanted you to feel trapped. Jungkook's eyes filled with tears. Why didn't you tell me? Taehyung smiled gently. Because I wanted you to choose freely. I didn't want love born from obligation. Jungkook stood up, heart thudding. I'm not obligated, he whispered. I love you, Taehyung. The room felt silent. Taehyung rose slowly, walked around the desk. He cupped Jungkook's chest gently. You love me? Jungkook nodded, tears slipping down. I do. I realized it the day someone proposed to me at the campus. I couldn't even imagine anyone but you. You have become everything. Taehyung pulled him into a warm embrace. You have been everything to me too, Koo. I just didn't know if it was okay to say. They stood there, hearts beating in snap. No more silence, no more fear, just love. Real, unspoken until now, but alive all along. The amusement park buzzed with life. Jungkook eyes sparkled as he took in the vibrant surrounding the accent of cotton. Congratulations on securing second place in your university, Taehyung said, his voice warm. Jungkook smiled, his heart fluttered at the prize. Thank you, Hyung. I couldn't have done it without your support. They ventured into the park, trying various rides, and when the bumper car brought out their competitive side laughter, the roller coaster had them screaming and laughing. The thrill found as they approached the haunted house. They hesitated. Are you sure about this? Jungkook grinned. Come on, Hyung. It will be fun. Inside darkness, he looked them. Sudden scare and eerie sound had them gripping Jungkook's hand. Jungkook, sensing Taehyung's energy, held him on just their proximity grew. Breath mingled in the conference space, emerging from the haunted house. They realized how close they. An awkward silence followed both. Lunch was quiet after the early tension lingering. Afterward, they headed to the water. Jungkook, even the playful ones, splashed around the Taehyung watched from the sideline, captivated by Jungkook's joy and the water. Noticing Taehyung's gaze, Jungkook smiled and pulled him into the water. Surprised, Taehyung took a moment before joining in. Their laughter filled the air, the world fading away. In a moment of Taehyung pulled Jungkook close, their chests pressed together. Jungkook's cheeks flushed and he brushed his face, and Taehyung, overwhelmed by emotion, Taehyung leaned in, pressing a soft kiss to Jungkook's lips. Time stood still. Realizing their actions, they pulled apart, the weight of the moment settling in. The journey back was silent, each lost in thoughts. Taehyung worried he had overstepped it, while Jungkook replayed the kiss. And the unspoken feeling between them hung in the air, waiting for the right moment to be watched. The next morning, the golden sun filtered softly through the curtains, but Taehyung had already left early from the important business trip 2 weeks. He hadn't even said goodbye in person, just a message left behind. Taehyung text message. We'll be gone for a while. Take care. If you need anything, let the staff know. And please wait for me. Jungkook stared at the screen for a long moment. Something in those last few words felt desperate, like Taehyung was holding on to something fragile. But he didn't reply. How could he? After that kiss, nothing was the same. Jungkook's heart fluttered every time he remembered the soft pressure of Taehyung's lips, the hesitation, the way they hadn't talked about it, not even once. And now he was gone. Throughout the 2 weeks, Taehyung sent short messages, formal testing. Taehyung reached safely. Conference start tomorrow. Don't escape meals. Let the driver know if you want to go somewhere. Are you okay? But Jungkook didn't reply to any of them. He was confused, scared, and hopelessly in love. And maybe Taehyung was scared too. 1 week later, still on call, Jimin asked through the phone. No? Only text. Like he is afraid of talking to me. Jungkook's voice was small. You didn't say anything about the case. Jimin asked again. How can I? What if he regrets it? There was a pause before Jimin spoke gently. And what if he doesn't? The next day, it was Saturday afternoon. The street was quiet, the sound of birds cooking. Jungkook was cold on the sofa, book he hasn't read past the fire. He jolted when the doorbell rang. He wasn't expecting anyone. The butler opened the door. Jungkook's eyes widened. Jin Hyun, he blinked. Hey, said Jin, smiled softly, surprised. Jungkook's eyes lit up as he quickly rushed to the entrance. Why didn't you tell me you were coming? I figured it's better to this way, Jin said. He sighed. I needed to see you. It's been longer since we had proper time, he nodded. Come in. He guided Jin through the main hall. Up the stairs, heading towards the secret. The mansion was things he had made sure Jungkook had his own private space, living room, Jungkook's portion. They sat together, laughing over childhood memories, sipping coffee and exchanging stories. Still the same little bunny? Jungkook giggled and leaned back. Not a bunny anymore. I am someone's husband now. There was a bit of silence. Yeah, about that, Jin muttered, setting down his cup. Jungkook blinked. Jin shifted on the car, suddenly serious. Kookie, I know about your marriage. Jungkook tensed. I figured it out when you disappeared from uni for months and suddenly appeared. I didn't know the full story, but I know it wasn't exactly out of love. Jungkook opened his mouth, but Jin raised a hand. Wait. Let me speak. He nodded silently. I know it might sound crazy, but I always wonder why it hurts me so much to see. I thought it was concern. I thought it was brotherly affection. Jin took a deep breath, but it's not. Hyung, I'm in love with Jungkook. Jungkook's breath catching his throat. I have been in love with you for a long time, Jin continued, voice trembling a little. I didn't say anything before because I thought you deserve a normal life, a chance at real love. But now I see you trapped in a marriage, barely smiling anymore. And I can't stay quiet. Silence. It crashed over the room like a thunderstorm. Kookie stared at him in shock. Young, It's okay, Jin whispered. You don't have to answer now. I just needed to tell you. No, Jungkook shook his head quickly. You don't understand. Jin looked confused. I am not trapped, Jungkook whispered. And I am not unhappy because of the marriage. Then why? Because I am in love with him, his voice cracked. With Taehyung. Jin froze. What? Jungkook looked down to us, threatening to spell. It's been this way for a long time. But he doesn't feel the same. I thought maybe after the kiss he did. But then he left. And now he wouldn't even talk to me. Jane stood slowly stunned. I'm sorry, Jungkook said quickly. I never meant to hurt you. Jane nodded stiffly. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. I didn't know. I didn't either, Jungkook mumbled. Not until it was too late. Jin gave him a small smile. Take care, Jungkook. And if he is the one you love, don't give up on him. He left his footsteps across the grand hallway. Unknown to Jungkook, Taehyung had returned that morning. His flight had arrived early. He hadn't told anyone. He wanted to surprise Jungkook. He had stepped into the stage just the minute he heard Jin's voice from upstairs. I'm in love with you, Jungkook. And everything inside them broke. His brain hinges. He didn't wait to hear the rest. He turned away quietly and walked straight to his private room, his heart pounding with a painful rhythm, a sharp edge in his chest. Why did it hurt so much? 2 days later, Jungkook hasn't seen Taehyung since that day. Not even once. And he found out through the stuff that Taehyung had returned. But the man never showed up in the shared space. Breakfast alone, dinner alone, text messages none. It was like he had disappeared inside the same house. Jungkook's heart ached with confusion and guilt. Did something happen? Was he mad? Did he regret the kiss or did he couldn't take it anymore? Night Taehyung's private room. Jungkook stood outside the tall wooden door, his glances trembled as he rushed. Knock knock. Silence. He knocked again. Still on the call. It's me. His voice. Can we talk? No sound. Jungkook stood there for a long moment before turning away as glossy. Inside, Taehyung sat on the edge of the bed, fist clenched, jaw tight. He had heard every word. He wanted to open the door. He wanted to hold Jungkook and tell him he was wrong. He hadn't misunderstood, but the fear was stronger. What if Jungkook was just being kind? What if it was pity? And worst of all, what if he lost him completely? So he stayed silent. Late night, Jungkook's room. Jungkook lay in the bed, eyes wide open, stared at the ceiling. He couldn't sleep. His chest hurt, his hands were cold, and his heart was pounding from he whispered into the darkness, "Why did you kiss me, Taehyung?" The mansion was quiet that night, but not peaceful. The walls held too many secrets. And in the space between two hearts who had been inside, now there was Jungkook couldn't take it anymore. He had tried for days to give him space to wait for him to talk, but now the silence was unreadable. He cheered his chest, making him he stormed into things study where the elders sat behind his "Why are you avoiding me, Hyung?" Jungkook demanded, voice trembling. Taehyung looked up slowly, expression unreadable. "I'm not avoiding you. I'm just busy with work stuff too. Nothing else." "That's not true," Jungkook yelled, taking a step forward. "You have been avoiding my text, my eyes, everything." Taehyung sighed and leaned back, trying to keep his face natural. "Jungkook, you are not a kid anymore. You are an adult now. You can do whatever you want. And if you love someone and want to marry, don't hesitate to tell me. I'll do everything for you as your guardian." That word guardian stabbed Jungkook right in his heart. His fist clenched. The blood roared in his ears. "What did you just say?" he whispered, stepping closer. "Guardian." Taehyung stood still, trying not to show the pain in his own chest. "Yes, girl. I know you have grown up now. Maybe there is someone you like, someone who loves you. You don't have to be afraid. I will support you. Jungkook's eyes simmered, raised, and before he could stop himself, a smack. The sound of the slap echoes through the study. Taehyung's head turned slightly stunned. Jungkook's hand trembled from the force of it, but his voice was steady, angry, broken. What are you saying, Taehyung? Jungkook growled. What do you think of me? If you can say that to me, then why did you kiss me? Taehyung froze, his face pale. Am I a joke to you? Jungkook's voice cracked. I love you. That's why I stayed. That's why I was clingy, needy, always behind you. That's why I let you kiss me. He took a shaky breath. But now, his lips quickened. Now I leave you. You can go back to your work, your responsibilities, your perfect little mansion, but his voice broken, I wouldn't stay here to be played with. He turned to leave. Taehyung finally moved, his eyes wide in shock and horror. Wait, Jungkook, wait. He ran after him, grabbing Jungkook's arm and pulled him back. Jungkook struggled, tears falling now, but Taehyung didn't let go, and suddenly Taehyung hugged him. I love you, Taehyung choked, kissing Jungkook's face, his forehead, his cheeks, his nose. I love you, baby. My sweetheart, my lovely little princess. Jungkook froze in his arms. I thought you loved someone else, Taehyung whispered desperately. That's why I said all those things. I didn't want it to be selfish. I thought if I let you go, you would be happy. But I was dying inside. Hiccup as Jungkook's face was breaking. I swear I wouldn't leave you. I can't even breathe without you. You are my life, Jungkook. My everything. Please, please accept me. Jungkook's tears fell freely now. You idiot, he whispered, finally letting out a shaky laugh. I am in love with you for a couple of years, you dumbo. Taehyung laughed through his tears too, still holding Jungkook tightly. I can't leave you, Jungkook said, smiling softly. Love you so much, my. Jungkook giggled. It's my special nickname for you, stupid, fluffy pivot. I am hopelessly in love with you, Taehyung leaned in, kissing his lips tenderly. I love you, my queen. From that night on, they started a new chapter. Jungkook became more clingy, always searching for Taehyung's touch, his warmth, his voice. His eyes followed him like a lost puppy, and Taehyung, he transformed from a cold, composed man into a possessive. He became shamelessly pivoted around Jungkook, constantly kissing him, touching him, whispering teasing things in his ear that made Jungkook young. Jungkook would scream, trying to push him away. You are mine, Taehyung would grin, pulling him back into a kiss. Mine to kiss, mine to love, mine to tease. Every morning, Taehyung would sneak into Jungkook's bed from before sunrise. It was so warm, he mumbled against Jungkook's neck, pressing kisses. Get off me, Hyung, Jungkook would mumble. It's morning. I don't care. I don't care. I want my morning kisses. And he would kiss him all over until Jungkook melted into his arm, clenching back every meal. Jungkook would pout whenever Taehyung got busy on his phone. Pay attention to me, Tae. I am just replying to an email, baby. Jungkook would crawl into his lap. No. Right now I am more important than your stupid emails. Taehyung would laugh and toss the phone aside. Yes, your highness. He would feed Jungkook himself, wiping his mouth, kissing his cheek, biting every night. They cuddle like there was no tomorrow. Blankets toggle, soft music playing in the background, fairy lights glowing around their beds. Don't go to your stupid study tonight, Jungkook would mumble, hugging him. Why? Taehyung teased. Because I want to sleep with you like this forever. You are not sleeping, Taehyung would whisper with a smile, pulling the blanket over. Jungkook would giggle. Pivot. You are pivot. One night, they lie in the bed, bodies tangled, hearts in snare. Jungkook rested his head on Taehyung's chest, drawing circles on his skin with his fingers. Do you remember when we first met? He asked softly. Taehyung smiled. You mean when you were crying like a baby on the steps of the... Jungkook slapped his chest lightly. Shut up. Taehyung clenched her hand, kissing his forehead. I remember thinking, who is that tiny thing? And now? Now you are the man I love more than my own life. Jungkook smiled, snuggling closer. Don't ever leave me again, Tae. Never, he whispered. You are stuck with me. They kissed softly, deeply. Two bodies, one soul. Days turned into weeks. They built a world of their own. Every corner of the house echoes with laughter, teasing, kissing, and giggling. Even the staff blushed at their PDA. Young Jungkook snuggled Bundy in hallway and Taehyung grabbed his waist, kissing. Taehyung only grinned. I missed you for 10 whole minutes, Kookie. You are crazy. Crazy for you? They are inseparable. If Taehyung went to meeting, Jungkook went with him, holding his hand under the table. If Jungkook wanted to visit the cafe, Taehyung cleared his schedule. They watched sunset from their balcony, danced in rain, and they made love with devotion. They fought playfully. They loved endlessly. They aren't perfect, but they were perfect for each other. 1 year later, in the middle of a garden filled with soft music and fairy lights, they knelt down. Marry me again? This time out of love. Jungkook burst into tears, nodding frankly. Yes. 1,000,000 times yes. The end.